Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be. See, I'm having a chocolate, so now I can talk. This is going to be the December reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as Mars. So be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, as well as Mars to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind that these readings are general. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I also may be describing you or the person that you're dealing with. If need be, flip the energy around. And because I deal with a lot of shadow work, I advise those that have been on the receiving end of misdeeds and those who have done them. So again, apply the energy to whatever side of the coin that you may be falling on. And if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. It's simply not your message. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. If you would like to make an energy exchange and donate to the channel, donations are greatly appreciated. How to do that is also below. And of course, you can show support by hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, leaving comments. Also hit the notification button to be alerted of videos in the future. I help you, you help me, and we help the collective. Now, what I've been trying to do here, I should make my little announcement too. After putting up the different signs, the twin flame soulmate reading for December, then I'm probably going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus because I want to work on my book. I want to wrap up my studies so that I can update my website and launch, some new things for everyone in the coming year as far as services that I will provide. You can see what most of those services are on my channel's homepage in the banner. I kind of have it listed there, the different things that I do. And also get ready to launch my tarot deck next year. So I kind of want to put more focus on things that I have been not putting focus on, as most of my energy has gone towards the channel and other things. So I will be taking a little bit of a break, but I probably will pop on to give a reading here or there, but just not so many hours as I have dedicated previously. So that is that. And I'm trying to help people manifest better things in the new year. Since we're in December and we're closing things out, I'm doing a law of attraction spread for everybody. So that way we can clean up any things that might be lingering. So again, it doesn't hold us back from getting your heart's desire, my dear. Oh my Lord, my neck is killing me. So that's what this is. This is the vibration you're currently sending out. This is the why to these questions. This is the current energy that you're sending out. This is something that you need to be open to, more open in order to receive. What will come when you are more open to this? This represents the next step that you have to take, or the leap of faith. This represents how can you manifest even more successfully, like what action you need to do. And this one here is the advice from spirit. And then we have what chakras that you're needing to work on, again, to help clear up any lingering energies here. This is the overview. This is the challenge or obstacle. There's advice. We have advice in regards to love. And lastly, we have the reality check, or the lesson or wisdom that we're needing to take into the future. And let us start with, it's time to go. She's like, I'm fucking out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Time to go on to better things. Out with the old and in with the new. Right? I know when many people are feeling tired of the shakes. You know what I'm saying? 36, 45. There we are. Time to go. Essential meanings, endings, completion. Walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn from the experience. It's almost like the Eight of Cups, right? The Oracle's message: you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstance. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you, and you have destiny over here as well. Relationship message: it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is the time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. I got a saying too. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it's probably because the third party didn't want it either. And you should let it go again. Depending on what you're dealing with, again, a lot of people like to boomerang back, you know what I'm saying? And they need to keep it moving. If you want something deeper, walk away. Now we have prosperity message. This message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finished your tasks and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity. Heck, some people might be leaving jobs, and moving on to something else that might be better. Kudos to that. You've done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. Protection message: even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. Oh yeah. Like the rash that won't go away. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. So again, some things are ending because it's for our betterment. Sometimes you separate from people or situations because both people need to grow. And maybe it'll come back if it's destined to be. Again, depends on free will choices, of course, etc., etc. Other things that might come into play. But destiny is calling you, obviously, to move on to better or more fulfilling things, and for you to be kind of okay with releasing or letting go those things that are not bringing you any happiness or fulfillment currently at the moment. Now, so I'm knocking everything over. The advice for you is improving health. There's something better, and be assertive. You actually had 3 cards come out. Now, obviously, improving health means, probably improving one's own mental, emotional health by releasing oneself from things that aren't making you happy, moving on to something better. Be assertive, be strong, be courageous to, move beyond one's comfort zones or what we're used to, or etc. Because you have two of wands, I think, in both of these piles here. So this is obviously about new paths, new journeys, new choices, two choices, what have you. Um, let's see here. There's something better. Heaven has something wonderful in mind for you. However, it's not the same thing that you have planned. Remember God's plan, your plan, it may be different. Ask yourself what you would rather have, the very thing that you're asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled. Sometimes God has joys in store for us that we can never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you're asking for. Trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. Again, because sometimes what we want is not for our betterment, but for our destruction. So it's again allowing ourselves to be honest with other people, with ourselves, and recognize again what's got to go, what we're moving towards, what we want, and believing that we can have that, trusting that we can have that. Now, I gotta be me. Whatever I'll be is what I am. So we think of that old movie, The Money Pit. Remember the Tom Hanks, and every time that construction guy drove off, he played that song. But I digress. Improving health. The angels want you to know that the health of the person you asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to speed along the recovery. This card may also be urging you to make more healthful choices in your life. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful foods or substances or people or jobs or what have you, you should follow that guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you feel vibrant and strong. All right? Now, be assertive. The situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands! Exclamation point. They're very serious with this. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your requests in order to satisfy others. Remember that seeing to your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. Tailor your actions so that you earn the respect from others that you deserve, and then move forward. So again, if people aren't treating us right, we need to keep it moving. Or if we're not treating people right, we need to figure out what's got to go that's preventing us from being how we should be here. So there is that. And then the challenge for you, this is the third time this has come out. Every earth sign has had this in the same position, which I find interesting. Capricorn, Virgo, and now you. You've all had the Lady of the Gift in the reverse, which is about generosity, receiving, and withholding. So again, you're dealing with shady-ass people or what? What's going on here? Like we're always dealing with shady-ass people, aren't we? To some degree. Well, yours don't seem so bad. I don't really see any deception cards, but you never know. Obviously, if we're needing to leave something, we're not happy in something here. Somebody's something. Oh, I've got to do these. Oh no, I didn't read this. We'll be all right. This is our third reading in a row. We're going into 3 hours straight of talking and channeling and what have you, and I'm feeling the burn, people. So bear with me. The Lady of the Gift, again in the reverse, the challenger is the Lady of the Gift says that the act of withholding isn't welcome in her world. In fact, withholding information is another way to lie. Are you doing this? Perhaps someone is doing it to you. Withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled so you believe deep down you're not quite good enough. Now's the time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. This includes your own stinking thinking of not feeling good enough or settling for less than, etc. Manipulating oneself, being in illusions ourselves or lying to ourselves. So I don't know who's lying to who or to what, but there's something that needs to be recognized here and let go of. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. Again, ulterior motives, checking our motives. Why we do what we do. Is it because we're expecting a certain result? Are we wishing, hoping, and dreaming for people to change or recognize our worth or what have you? I don't know what you're doing over here. But as always, we need to be having, talk about boundaries and all these kind of things here, being assertive. So I don't know if this is some lesson that we've had to deal with here in regards to, again, what we allow, what we tolerate, what we do, all of the above. Best way out of this mire is to give with honesty and with an open heart and without expectation. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. Every day is a beginning to start anew, to pursue our destiny. Yeah, this is crown chakra. Higher wisdom, higher learning, higher knowing, higher self. Sacral chakra, service. Giving of oneself in a selfless manner to help others. Maybe that's part of your destiny. Maybe some of you have a calling to do something, and you're needing to move on. Like I said, you could be transitioning out of jobs you're unhappy in. Maybe you're needing to focus on pursuing a career that is going to be more fulfilling. Maybe it's in service to other people, what have you. Then we have here bittersweet, which is throat chakra. This is all again about speaking up, speaking your truth, right? So I don't know if somebody needs to say something or is denying their own intuition or some kind of stuff over here. Let's see. Destiny. Inspiration message. Take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? And that speaks about the time to go, like the Eight of Cups. It's like we got to sacrifice something in order to move towards something more fulfilling, right? Personal inquiry. What tools do I need to form my own destiny? Am I ready for my destiny? Keywords are love, pathway, and faith. Key ideas are true love, taking a stand, positive omens, radical thinking, deep satisfaction, and the ability to change. So again, this is about figuring out who you are, what you want, how can you go about manifesting. If we're wanting more emotionally fulfilling things, moving towards that, having faith, figuring out again what you got to do in order to manifest. Moving towards things that are more satisfying. Taking a stand. So this being assertive here. Service. Is that here? Or are we going to hit blue first? No, we're going to hit blue first. Bittersweet. It was sweet, yet it was sour. Inspiration message. Oh, a window is opened as a door gently closes. Inspiration message. The passing of all things is inevitable. Whatever is happening may require release. This card could also represent unexpected news. Personal inquiry. Parents often make difficult decisions not supported by their children. Can I see the strength in the choices of others? Um, so I don't know if some of you are in situations, unhappy marriages or relationships, and perhaps children aren't understanding kind of situation. So maybe we're needing to again help them to see that it's for the best if anybody's dealing with that kind of thing, because obviously unhappy environments are worse than separated parents, staying together for whatever. If you're not happy, again, it's because children imitate what they see, and we don't want to have dysfunction or any kind of situations that are going to leave a lasting effect, right? We want our kids to be confident and strong in themselves and make decisions that are for their highest and best and their own emotional and mental well-being. This is what we need to instill in them, to know how to be assertive again, and to speak up if they feel that they've been treated unfairly in any way. Um, can I see the strength in the choices of others? No, again, it's maybe somebody is walking away from us. Who knows here, and reasons why they're doing it. Again, this is a general reading here, so that could fall all kinds of ways. Um, but it's still understanding that people who aren't happy in anything, jobs, relationships, you're slowly killing yourself by staying in that. So it's always best to know when it's time to go. Key ideas are hidden blessings, celebrations tempered by sadness, protecting someone, the ability to honor others, and also new horizons. Keywords are poignancy, release, and maturity. All right, so this is again maturing through our experiences and knowing again when to hold them and when to fold them. Now, here's the orange. Service. I attract to you whatever you desire if you give up your desire. Wasn't there something in there talking about? Yeah, it's talking about sometimes there's your plan and the universe's plan. So if you let go and you allow, then you allow the universe to also bring things in that are going to be more fulfilling, right? So it's like releasing the control aspect here as best as you can, and just doing what you can do to make steps towards self-improvement or happiness or goals or what have you. Inspiration message: are you seeing your life as it really is? Though we may wish things to be different, often we create just what we need. This is an opportunity to look at where you are today, give up what you think you deserve, and start being of service. Now, again, this is about shifting our focus a little bit. It says depending on some people might have. They say like if you're say for holiday times for example, right? It's holiday time and we're focused on the woes or the what we don't have, thinking in lack mentality. And maybe for some to get your mind off of that, maybe go, assist at a soup kitchen, or maybe go, talk to some people, elderly people in the place. Again, it's like when you're of service, you take your mind off your own stuff for a while, and sometimes it's nice because you get to bring some joy into someone else's life, and that way you're taking that energy off of whatever thing that might be being overly focused on, instead of just releasing it and let go and let God and kind of find other ways that you can utilize that energy. um, and look at kind of the things that you can be grateful for that you do have. um, and also here, with that whole are you seeing your life as it really is? You know, again, lack mentality or any kind of negative stuff is only going to perpetuate more than that. So again, this is about healing something and releasing something, releasing ourselves from something, whether that's a situation or a mindset or a way of being or thought processes or whatever it is. Um, and again, and appreciating that you do have some good things in your life, right? And again, giving up that negative focus and shifting it, perhaps in some ways, again, being of service in some way, whether it's helping out an animal shelter or whatever it is. Um, Also, the thing about often where we create just what we need, well, we create the experiences that we need in order for us to grow. And some of them, you do your most growth through the shitty experiences, right? Um, so again, but it's kind of not trying not to look at it all again as something that you went through to better you, you know, and again, get out of the negative mindset of the reason of why things happened. Yeah, it was bittersweet, but if it taught you something and it's moving you towards something better, it served its purpose. And now you can move towards, you know, whatever your destiny is, right? So that's about compassion, loyalty, and strength. Key ideas of favoritism or unwillingness to compromise values. Finding contentment, the joy of service, and precious memories. Um, so again, yeah, don't compromise your values or your standards or your self-love or your self-respect. You know, which is why probably some are thinking it's time to go. Um, and taking the happy memories and you know, chucking the rest up to experience. Personal inquiry, how does the idea of service inspire me? How can I make the most of my present situation? What can I give? And the wisest investment you can make is in yourself, dear. Give yourself an opportunity for better things. That's what I say. Um, let's see what we got here. We'll do the other ones after. So we're starting off with strength in reverse. So somebody's, again, in the woes, in the lack of self-doubt, in self-doubt, feeling a lack of courage, I mean, a lack of self-discipline. Perhaps that's why they're telling some people to kind of shift their focus. That'll kind of get them expending that energy in a more positive, progressive, outside of thyself way. Um, Setbacks, lacking courage or inner strength, again, or feeling vulnerable or inadequate, again, not feeling like we have enough. Lack of self-confidence or need to draw upon your willpower. Lack of self-discipline or just being worried, anxious, overprotective, insecure. Um, And then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. You know, Two of Wands in the upright is about broadening our horizons, getting out of our comfort zones, knowing that the world is our oyster, you know, but maybe there's like delays or we're feeling stuck or we don't know what direction to go in. And the Hermit here is, you know, all about introspection and looking within. And here maybe we're refusing to, or we're coming out of hiding. Maybe it says getting out of isolation, even though we don't know where we're going or what we're doing, and we're feeling a little uncertain. Queen of Pentacles, maybe our finances are a bit in disarray. Maybe we're waiting for some ships to come in or waiting for some opportunities to present themselves, or we're trying to go out and find them. And of course, we got the Knight of Cups over here too. This could be you or someone you're dealing with. Bringing offers of love or looking for offers of love, or this is just about also using our own spirit of creativity, you know, pursuing our dreams, our passions, um, Again, taking our cup out there. For some, following your heart, you know, um, looking towards your own, what's in your heart in regards to direction that you want to go to, what's going to make you happy, right? Wisdom from dreams, to surmount life's obstacles. Creative adventures, again, embarking on journeys, being open to exploring one's passions and ideas, taking proactive steps towards goals and ambitions is the Knight of Cups. Um, so again, this could be us doing that, and we also have death underneath it, which is again about transformations, endings, growth, rebirth, and again, Two of Wands here, same as over there that you had it, trying to figure out our path, our passions. You know what I'm saying? People just want to be happy. People are tired of shit. You know what I'm saying? Page of Pentacles. This is what the current energy that you're sending out, and this is all about new beginnings. Looking for things that are going to be stable in the long term. Beginning awareness too in regards to money. So for some, like it says, it could be also not just relationship stuff, but there's a whole upheaval of everything. Career transitions, as well as relationship stuff, just change in one's life. Everybody's kind of going through this stuff. Everybody's going through the same shit. Beginnings awareness in money, health, and other material needs. So again, it's trying to take care of one's own emotional well-being, mental well-being, financial well-being, all of the above. So the page talks about enthusiasm, desire, and focus on a long-term goal. Putting plans and actions to lead to goals, careful planning, using our common sense, trying to make our thoughts a reality. Beginnings of new projects, again, or ventures, having enthusiasm, commitment, and dedication, again, to yourself first and foremost. This journey is about you and your happiness, your betterment. And wherever that path may lead, wherever your destiny lies, it's like you're creating that through your choices and your actions. You're creating your destiny. Right? So it looks like the Taurus is really trying to assess what it is that they want and going for that, right? All about embracing the new, wanting better things. And why? Because the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands usually in the upright, it's the guy standing there beaten, battle weary, he's just freaking tired. But in the reverse, it's hesitant to make long-term commitments. Even that's why maybe we're trying to be careful and plan our strategy or whatever steps that we're taking. Feeling overcome with responsibilities or feeling like we have a lack of support. So maybe that's why, again, we're trying to embark on something new. Also because we might be lacking resources or finances, skills, time. So again, we're trying to figure out how to make some changes in order to deal with the challenges ahead. It's also fear of commitment or responsibilities, feeling like it's going to be too much to handle, feeling on edge, maybe a little defensive. Just again, anytime that there's some kind of change or a shift, there's going to be a feeling of a little bit of fear, or can I do it? Or, changes can be scary because it's the unknown, but they're wanting you to believe in yourself despite that. And if you get nervous or feeling like whatever, maybe try to take your focus on something else. That might help you to feel better. Locked into old habits or behaviors or dwelling on the past frustrations that we need to let go of. Oh, this is what we're doing. Because this is the why of the Page of Pentacles. So again, maybe we're frustrated and we know we need to let go of some stuff. Going with the flow and releasing pressures. Feeling like we're under attack or being watched. And that's also recommended for any people that feel that they might need to go and talk to somebody. You know, counselor or something like that. Anything that, if it's playing a deeper psychological role here for you, then of course, you know, whatever it takes to get you on a path to healing, which it looks like you're trying to do. Now we have here something that you need to be more open to receiving. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, so this is about being open to new perspectives and a need to release ourselves again from stinking thinking or anything that's holding us back mentally. It's also having come through a difficult time and are becoming more open to change and self-acceptance. Right? Again, that's the honest aspect that we have with ourselves in regards to what's not making us happy. Have been able to reflect on what did or did not work in the past and have changed your perspective or approach. So again, perhaps if we haven't done that yet, then that's what we're needing to do. Acknowledgement of options. Refuse to play victim. Take greater accountability for where you are in life. And a need to free yourself from some limiting factors of your past. Have some skeletons be cleared out to allow yourself to let go of old patterns of behavior and belief systems that have previously held you back. So that's what we're needing to do. And why we're needing to do that is because the Five of Cups, because we ain't happy, obviously. And the Seven of Wands, we are obviously don't feel like we want to keep battling it out, defending our positions, just going in circles with some people here. Five of Cups talks about, again, giving up or feeling overwhelmed. Seven of Wands talks about giving up, like, again, not wanting to put in the fight with people anymore, or come out of conflict, or feeling like you got to defend yourself, feeling overwhelmed by challenges and responsibilities. Again, this is why there's a need to free ourselves from that. And again, this could be work-related, relationship-related, friendships, what have you. Comparing and competing against others, feeling vulnerable or inadequate, a need to build our self-esteem and confidence and have faith that you can achieve. It's also feeling judged or criticized or being questioned, staying in challenging relationships, trying to avoid conflict. So people just want some damn peace. They don't want to be in miserable situations. Compromise. This is all about compromising, again, finding a win-win situation. Overly trying to please other people, people-pleasing. For figuring out that it ain't worth it. Not worth the struggle. It's also taking things too far or being overly aggressive about protecting our turf. So for some, it's, again, knowing when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Five of Cups, difficulty, loss, despair, grief, or a need to focus on the Two of Cups that are still standing. Take your Two Cups and your Pentacle and move forward. Disappointment, wallowing in self-pity and regrets of what was lost. Pessimism, being disillusioned with life. Trouble letting go of the past and learning from mistakes. Self-blame, a need for forgiveness and release. Reflect on the lessons and move on. Try to have a glass half full perspective. Right? No more being in the woes. No more being in the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Again, can't change the past. The future hasn't happened yet. All you got is the now. What can I do in the now? Right? That's what we need to work on. What will come when you're more open to releasing yourself from these unhappy situations, people, burdens, mindsets, what have you? Um, we'll let go of disappointments. We'll be able to walk away from disappointments. Um, we'll be able to let go of the feeling of something being missing from our lives. We'll move away from people who could be shallow or greedy or superficial, right? Or gluttonous. Um, People that have a lack of concern for us, right? This is the things that can happen, or these are the things that we can release within ourselves if we're the ones who kind of a little on the greedy side or acting in a way. But I don't think so. I think this is more people on the receiving end of some bullshit than the doer of the do. Um, but we'll get out of this state of lack of fulfillment and unhappiness. That's what will happen if we learn to again release ourselves, take our pentacle and go, and embark on something new. And why this? Because of the Ace of Pentacles. Because opportunity awaits, new ideas, new places, new people, new everything, things that have potential, things that we can build upon, things that will be satisfactory, right? That's why we're needing to release all this unhappiness and stagnation. It's about commitment, stability, laying the groundwork, marriage, cohabitation, exclusivity. So again, if you're looking for a meaningful relationship, if you're in an unhappy one, you got to release yourself from that in order to find what you're looking for, right? Or in regards to work situations, same thing. Laying the groundwork towards, maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe who knows what your plans are here. But it's about, again, believing in yourself and moving towards that. It's being stable, grounded, and practical. It's the hand of heaven in the traditional card. It's the hand holding the pentacle. So again, this is a new opportunity because an ending has happened or we're in the middle of one. So it's about practical things, new investments, and a willingness for a new venture. And it should be accepted joyfully. Again, one door closes, another one opens, right? It's an opportunity. Talks about wealth, financial wealth, holistic wealth, which it means, of course, your physical well-being. It's also about the law of attraction and to be positive in order to receive. Again, that's what the spread is. It's about the energy that we're sending out. That's what's going to come back to us. So this is the advice in order to get these better things. We need to try to get out of our own way or get away from things that are holding us back or holding us down and going for it, right? Opportunities and need to introduce something new into the equation. Getting tired of our own movie. Wanting some new places, new characters, new plot twists, and all this other stuff, right? Bring some excitement and some change. This represents the next step that you have to take, a leap of faith. It's the Ten of Cups. It's going towards everything. The big kahuna, the cornucopia of wishes and dreams and happy home lives and fulfillment and family and love and commitments and joy and there's everything here. United by the bonds of true and everlasting love, having each other and all they can wish for. These two people standing under the rainbow here. The two kids dancing around like, woo! Got the river and the trees there, symbolizing the free flowing of feelings, fertility, things that can grow. All right? Potential for things to grow. Stability, the comforts of home, blessings. The rainbow symbolizing the end of hard times. It's a highly spiritual omen, blessed from above. It's like this Ace of Pentacles here. Whatever this is for you, this is an opportunity to find your joy. Achievement of perfect love, enjoying the glory of the heavens here on earth. It's about relationships, family, joy, dreams, wishes, love, good fortune, accomplishments, gratitude. So the other thing talks about here, like, it could always be worse, right? Try to be grateful for what you do have, and try to buck up and brush it off, all the shit that's got to go. Um, Accomplishments, again, gratitude, peace, family celebrations, reunions. In regards to relationships, it's the beginning of new love, satisfaction of long-term love. So again, if you can work something out, which it seems like people are moving on from situations more than trying to make something work with a current person. But I think this is more moving towards what you weren't having in this situation. And again, it could be work, family, what have you. Following your heart and intuition, feeling inspired, happy, trusting in the universe, to bring you better, as long as you do your part. Again, it's about fulfillment. Commitment and love built over time with effort. This is what you want. Two people putting in the work and effort into their own healing and into helping each other, etc., etc. No more drama or energy vampires or narcissistic types or users or what have you. It's time to love thyself, people. And why the Ten of Cups in regards to the next steps, the leap of faith or whatever? We again have Eight of Swords in the reverse. So you got this twice. Again, it's just re-emphasizing the need to release. And you got two people in this card here. They're not even facing each other, and one is trying to walk out. So it looks like there's two people here who just weren't happy anymore. Now this is how can you manifest even more successfully. We have the Justice card in the reverse. So this speaks about unfairness or lack of accountability or dishonesty to self and others. Some of this could be divorce. Some people might be getting divorced and moving on to relationships that will be more fulfilling. And this is also, again, being able to be accountable for and honest with ourselves in regards to, we are where we are to our own choices. What role did I play? What role did this person play? Again, living and learning. Unwillingness to understand the deeper meaning of why an event has occurred, or missing an opportunity for greater understanding of yourself in life, not holding oneself accountable, or trying to dodge the bullet and blame others for your mistakes and need to take responsibility. You're here through your own choices. Whatever it takes to get out of the situation is fair according to karma or justice. So again, as long as you've learned the lesson, then as far as the universe is concerned and you're moving on, the karma is cleared for you because you did your part, or you learned your role, you held yourself accountable, etc. Or if you're not, you're needing to, because that's what's going to bring the true balance. It's the being able to be teachable through your experiences. And again, we can't blame everybody else. Yes, some things are out of our control, but in a lot of ways, we have more control over our situations than we give ourselves credit for. We give away our power to outside forces or circumstances. And the truth is, a lot of times, all it takes is that ripping off of the Band-Aid and being honest and making that move to get ourselves out of the ruminating thoughts and false feelings of being trapped. But again, it's a need to release judgments of ourselves and others. Again, whatever it is, it was a teaching experience. Try not to be hard on yourself. Again, and understand people are who they are due to their own conditioning, wounding, or whatever, and just trying to make peace with whatever and whoever, and releasing yourself, even as far as any negative feelings that you might have, anger, resentment, guilt, whatever it is for you. We can't hang on to that energy either. Time to let that go too. Needing to have a balanced view, right? This is also, we might feel like things were unfair, but again, as long as we're moving towards something better, then all will be right in the end. It's a need to be more flexible too. Again, I guess we're just going with the ups and downs of life. Ten of Wands in reverse is the why. So obviously this is again about needing to release, ourselves from burdens or things that are holding us back, um, challenges that will soon pass. Release yourself again of burdens and stresses, um, purging, clearing out. Some people might be moving. Decluttering, simplifying, prioritizing, and organizing. So take your pentacle and keep it moving, right? Well, this is also here about avoiding responsibility, making it hard on others. You made your bed, now lie in it. So this is again speaks about this one who refused to look at their own stuff too. Again, it's not about blame. It's about wisdom. Blaming them, blaming yourself. It's like that doesn't go anywhere either. Then we get on the whole still the past. All you can do is concentrate on the now. Blaming doesn't do anything. Clinging doesn't do anything. It's keeping you stuck, preventing you from finding your own happiness. So again, we don't want to do any of that stuff. We want to again prioritize the self, your own healing, your own growth, and figure out what's got to go and how you can manifest for yourself, because you want to be the Queen of Wands, right? So this could be you or the person that you're dealing with here, or someone that you could meet. But again, if we want to attract a good partner, we first got to be one. So, right, this person is, and again, male, female, doesn't matter. It's having the dominant female energy. So, again, you could be a man and have been resonating with the feminine readings, because masculine and feminine, we both have them in us. And we can operate out of the shadow aspect or the lower vibration of either or. So obviously the shadow aspect of the feminine energy is somebody who's, the doormat, the overgiver, the one who tolerates abuse and bullshit and all of that stuff, who has low self-esteem, right? And the lower vibration of the masculine energy is usually the person who's being abusive, controlling, manipulating, who also has low self-esteem, who isn't stepping up to the plate and being a go-getter and all that, instead of being a mooch or whatever have you. So these are like you can look up online, the shadow aspects of the energies. But on the positive side, this is a person in the feminine energy is who's confident, who's a go-getter, who knows what they want, who's a leader, takes charge of their own life, follows their passion, right? Doesn't shy away from challenges, looks at everything as learning experiences or stepping stones to growth. Someone who's optimistic, again, confident, full of ideas, right? Could be someone, again, who inspires others. So when they talked about here being of service, maybe some of you, again, could speak on your experiences, can help other people through their stuff because of whatever wisdom you've gained. I don't know what career paths you're doing, or even it's just as something to do on the side as a way to give back, right? This again can take the focus on so much of our problems, because again, there's always somebody who's got it worse, right? But again, this is what we're needing to embody. And again, male, female, doesn't matter. Um, maybe we're needing to be tap into this passion for life again, right? Finding our joy, tapping into our strength and courage, pursuing our dreams and what we really want, what we know it's going to make us happy. And why? Because we're the hermit. And again, you had the hermit in reverse there. So for some people, maybe you've just been, maybe it's time to move past a place of living in the past. Some people might be alone and then they're needing to come out of that and get themselves out there, get themselves working on the career. They're not necessarily fresh out of relationship. For some, they're just clinging to a past situation. And if you want love and you want other things, you got to, again, put yourself out there. We got to come to some truths and realizations within ourselves and stop playing the victim and take back our power, learn from our experiences, release what's got to be released, embark on new journeys, right? So again, it's like emerging like the phoenix, right? The fire energy here. It's like rising from the ashes of whatever it is that you've been through or that you're going through. Achievement, growth, and accomplishment of attaining a spiritual pinnacle and ready to share our knowledge with others. Like I mentioned before, sometimes it's about sharing our experiences with others to help aid them through their stuff. It's a path of initiation, wisdom and power and authority. Again, a leader able to use isolation and knowledge gained as a tool towards enlightenment. So again, if we've been in hermit mode, they're saying it's enough of that. It's time to move out of that, because they want you to have all the opportunities that are there for you, but you gotta do your part. It's the search for a truth, again, attainment of goals and wisdom. His secrets are not for everyone, only those who earnestly seek them. So again, it's reminds me of I always think of like some kind of wizard or something like. Like Dumbledore, like Lord of the Rings. What was his name? The wizard guy. So I always picture the hermit, coming out of the cave or whatever with all of this newfound to lead the people. Searching for truth. Again, just within yourself. And this card is a 9. So again, this speaks about accomplishments. Achieving a certain level of spiritual accomplishment through all this. And now it's time to get a crack-a-lackin', right? And here, advice in regards to love. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. So again, for some, yes, you might be getting a divorce. This is also, something that might come for you in the future. Something that's more long-lasting, that is based in, truth and reciprocity and genuineness and real love and all these kind of things. No toxic stuff. This also just speaks of just being committed. Commitments to yourself, to your journey, to your path, to your what have you, right? Following your passions. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type in expectations, especially if our usual type has been assholes. Keep an open mind. If we've learned a lesson, the next person will come in will probably blow your socks off, right? Or they might not, look the part. It's like if you usually chased a certain look or a certain whatever personality type, and then maybe we're needing to keep an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring you together. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So again, in regards to old situations, new situations, the guidance that you've been giving, your intuition, all of that, pay attention to that. Pay attention to any synchronicities and etc. That's trying to kind of lead you to your next phase or path. You know, well, what's your soul telling you? What's your heart telling you? What's your mind telling you? You know, move towards that. We got soulmate again. Yes, this is your soulmate. It's like the same cards came out in, well, keep an open mind, calling in your soulmate and soulmate. They all came out in, who did I do? Virgo. Those three cards all came out with two. Um, so again, if you're looking for that or the confirmation of what you've just been through, yes, it was a soulmate. It was probably a karmic soulmate, but not soulmate. All soulmates are life partnerships. Again, or it could have been a romantic situation, or it could have been a friendship, or what have you. So you know, yeah, it was a soulmate that you were dealing with, and you're also, you know, could be calling in a new soulmate, a new experience, which we're needing to keep an open mind about. And again, and pay attention. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Again, most of our bad choices in regards to relationships, situations is based in some kind of childhood wounding, perhaps some kind of low self-esteem or what have you. So again, we make choices that aren't for our highest and best. We settle for less, etc., etc. So again, it's about healing those aspects of the shadow that need to be nurtured. And, you know, if we got to forgive our parents for screwing us up, then so be it. Separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. So for some, you haven't met this next person yet. But as long as you keep walking on the path, you know, you'll come together with this person. And it'll probably be a better situation that could lead to marriage or something stable and committed. And you have here very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. You know, and some people, and if I want to say some people might be trying to work things out. I mean, we do have retrogrades going on. We do have past people trying to come back around and work on things. Sometimes this separation card speaks about two people that have been together but are now separated, and the universe is trying to help the both of you through whatever learning things you have to go through to kind of bring you together. But again, this could be someone that you haven't even met yet, too. So again, you're both kind of going through your stuff, but you know you're moving towards your destiny, where perhaps you'll be in alignment to cross paths, and it might happen soon for some of you. Right? So maybe they're trying to tell you, pay attention to what signs we give you, especially if we're trying to hint for you to go into a coffee shop you don't usually go into, or go for a walk down a certain street. You never know. You know how all that stuff plays out there for people. Time to reassess your priorities. This, of course, is a life lesson and the reality check we need to take into the new year. Where are you focusing your time and energy? If it isn't serving your highest and best or encouraging progression, growth, and expansion, then you need to shift your priorities. Girl, your spirit guide is doing a face palm and shaking their head in disbelief. This situation is making them tired. They don't even know what to say to you anymore. Trying to tell you, you know, stop stressing oneself out. Release yourself from the burdens. Mountains out of molehills. Lighten up. It's not as bad as you think. Sometimes we blow things out of proportion. We make things harder on ourselves than they need to be. Or we try to move immovable mountains that instead should be walked over like stepping stones on the path to our enlightenment. Figure out what is the mountain or molehill in your life and lighten your load. It's like with that Ten of Wands in reverse. Time to lighten the load. You cannot heal, save, or change anyone but yourself. Don't take on another's karma or their need for self-healing. These things must come from within. Watch out for codependency. Again, some people might have been staying in situations, wishing, hoping, dreaming for someone else to change, or trying to love somebody into healing or what have you, but it left you feeling depleted and burdened and unhappy. So again, it's realizing that you are responsible for you, and again, what you allow and the energy that you choose to expend in a situation. It's about, again, reclaiming one's own personal power. Right? If everywhere you go there's a problem, guess what? I'm sure you've heard the saying, no matter where you go, there you are. This is the truth. You can't run from yourself. Something within you needs to be addressed. It's time to acknowledge repetitive patterns, toxic behaviors, etc. that's causing problems in your life and perhaps in the lives of others. So again, I don't know what side of the coin we're on here, but obviously it's about reassessing ourselves. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. Ignorance may be bliss, but only for so long. Eventually, you need to wise up for your own growth and healing. Once you know better, do better. It's all about the lessons. Become enlightened. Some good shit is about to come your way. You're welcome. The universe. They are sincere. Their intentions are good. They're in love with you. Give it a chance. But if negative cards come with this one, someone might be lying and just trying to convince you that this is the truth. Use discernment. I don't see any negative cards here, but I do see that what they're saying is, now that we've learned from our experience, we know what makes us happy and what doesn't. We know that we need to keep it moving. Make sure that, again, we're honest with ourselves, accountable for our own actions and choices. Again, knowing better, doing better. And we might be encountering a new relationship, with someone that we can, again, build with, who will be sincere, who will love you the way that you want to be loved, or that you deserve to be loved. That's the blessing that the universe is going to give you for you learning the lesson and shedding the karma. That's your dharma. That's what Jupiter is bringing in now that it's crossing Saturn, right? So that's why we don't want to cling to any negative stuff, because then that will be amplified. We want to, again, onward and upward so that we can receive blessings, not curses. And on that note, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. And again, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, because it helps to promote the channel. And I thank you, and good luck. Until next time, bye-bye.